You say you're supposed to do something remarkable. But why? Why should you try to be amazing? Why should you try to be brave or bold or different? Why not just hide? Why not just stay quiet and small and invisible? Well, it's because life is hard. Life is full of pain. It can hurt so badly that if you don't give it everything you have, your love, your fight, your courage, you'll feel empty. You'll feel bitter. And when that happens, you don't just stop being happy. You become a shadow. You become a voice of darkness. But you don't want that, do you? Of course not. You want to shine. So you ask again, why must I be remarkable? Because if you're going to live in this world, if you're going to walk through the fire and storms, then you might as well do something incredible. Since you're already here, since you already have a heart that beats, since you already have tears that fall, why not be someone who risks it all for the truth? Because truth is the biggest adventure there is. You see, if you hide from who you really are, if you lock your soul away and never show the world the beautiful thing inside you, you don't just miss out on what could have been. You start to get angry. You start to get jealous of the people who are brave. You start wanting to pull them down because they remind you of the you that you never let out. And if you keep doing that, you walk straight into a place that feels like hell. Not the fire kind, the empty kind. The kind where nothing matters and everything hurts. Now listen, you probably dream of the future. You imagine a place where you are strong and loved and successful. Maybe you dream of having 1,000,000 people cheering for you. That's okay. That's not a lie. That's not delusion. It's a plan. It's a map. Even if you're not there yet, it's something to walk toward. It's not fake. It's hope. But here's the trick. If you pretend it's guaranteed and you ignore all the hard work that must be done, then yes, it becomes a lie. So don't lie to yourself. Don't pretend you're already there. And don't pretend you don't have to climb mountains to get there. Because you do. You have to sacrifice. You have to do the hard things. But guess what? That's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes it real. But here's something hard to hear. Sometimes, when you compare yourself to someone amazing, or even the amazing person you want to be, you feel so far away from them that you just want to give up. You look at them and think, I'll never be that. And that hurts. It hurts so much that it can freeze you. You stop moving. You stop trying. You just sit in the pain. But that's not the way. No, that's not the way. What you need to do is make that huge, scary dream a little smaller. Just small enough that you can take one step toward it. Not 1,000, just one. If the dream is too big to touch, shrink it. If the monster is too huge to fight, make it smaller. Make it so small that you can poke it with your pinky and say, I'm not scared of you. Look, even if you start from nothing, even if you're weak or scared or ashamed, even if you feel like a failure, you can still climb the mountain. Because here's the magic. The steps don't have to be big. They can be tiny. So small you laugh at them. But if you keep taking them, if you keep walking, you will go faster and faster. It's like a snowball. At first, it's just a little ball of hope. But soon, it rolls, and then it rushes, and then it flies. That's how change happens. I want to tell you a story. There was a time I was weak. I was skinny. I was sick. I smoked. I drank. I felt ashamed of my body. I went to a swim class once, and I was the slowest. There was a big man there, barely able to swim, and even he was faster. There were old ladies who swam better than me. I wanted to hide. I wanted to run away. But I stayed, and I swam. And every week, I got a little stronger. Then I started lifting weights. At first, it was embarrassing. I could barely lift anything. And sometimes people would watch and laugh or tell me how to do it better. It hurt. It felt like I was being judged, like I didn't belong. But I kept going. And after a long time, years, I grew stronger. I stopped smoking. I stopped drinking. I put on muscle. I became someone new. But it all started with being honest. I had to say to myself, I am weak. I am not where I want to be. That hurt. That was shameful. But it was true. And when you face the truth, even if it hurts, you can heal. So you must face your truth. What are you ashamed of? What do you hide from? You don't need to fix it all today. You just need to start. Take a step. Any step, even a tiny one. Sometimes something inside you whispers, go this way. Say this thing. Do that thing. That's your gut. That's your instinct. That's your soul trying to guide you. But when you lie to yourself, you silence it. You cut out the compass that's supposed to help you. And then you're lost. That's why lying is dangerous. When you lie to others, you hurt them. But when you lie to yourself, you destroy your vision. You blind your eyes on purpose. And one day you'll walk into a dark place with sharp, jagged edges, and you won't see them coming. And you'll say, why does life hurt so much? But it won't be life that did it. It'll be you choosing to stay blind. When you make up fake stories about yourself, stories that aren't true, just to look good, you are building a map with no roads, and when you follow that map, you fall. You wander off the path. You walk straight into trouble. And then you scream, why is life so hard? But life didn't make it hard. You did. Some people tell me I'm brave, but I don't feel brave. I'm just more afraid of lying than I am of being judged. I'm more afraid of losing myself than I am of people disliking me. And maybe that's what you need to be too. Don't be afraid of being small. Don't be afraid of being wrong. Be afraid of being blind. Be afraid of turning your eyes away from the truth. Because the truth is, you can see, you can know, you can find a path forward. If you're willing to look, if you don't blind yourself with excuses, if you don't hide behind fake smiles or loud lies, you'll see what needs to be done. And many of the monsters you fear, you'll realize they're just shadows. You can walk around them, you can move past them, but only if your eyes are open. And finally, you must know this. You cannot be alone forever. You cannot live only for yourself. You cannot chase nothing and expect to feel whole. If you want to be healthy in your mind, if you want to feel strong in your spirit, you need something bigger than you. You need a reason, a purpose, a mission, and the best one, love. Taking care of someone, growing up, becoming responsible. That's what makes you truly alive. So you, yes, you were made to do something. You were made to be something, to fight for truth, to walk in light, to speak even when your voice shakes, to act even when your knees tremble, to see even when your eyes are full of tears. You are not just a shadow. You are not just a number. You are a soul, and if you keep walking, keep rising, keep moving, even with tiny steps, you will become remarkable, because you already are. Now go, the world is waiting for you.